Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing kind of like a vlog-ish reading vlog thing. I guess just maybe for today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not really too sure, but just have some fall-ish related things I want to get to, and I want to go to a used bookstore and try to find a bunch of cozy mysteries, and I figured that would be fun to vlog and see what I can find. It's actually a really good used bookstore, so I'm really looking forward to going there and seeing what they have. And then I'm gonna make some butternut squash soup, and I'm gonna try to make a chai tea latte at home, so we'll see how successful I can be at that. So I figured they were all kind of fall related things that would be fun to share, and I'm really just excited about going to this used bookstore. And like, I'm really looking for like the cheesiest cozy mysteries slash romances that have fall kind of covers. So like anything that just looks autumnal to me is what I'm interested in. So I'm excited to do that, but first I'm gonna make some lunch. It's like 11:40 right now, so I figured I should start making the butternut squash soup, which I've already made some butternut squash soup this season, but I'm not using the recipe I used. I'm using the recipe like I always used to use. Little one here, I have her all decked out for fall. Yeah. So she's looking so cute. So I'm gonna show you her little outfit that I put on her today, and then let's get going. Oh, and I do need to share the book that I'm reading. I'll have to take a break to get her out of her little jumper because she wanted to be in the video. So this is her little mustardy dress, black leggings, cute as a button fall outfit. Anyway, so I'm reading this like horribly wonderful cozy mystery called The Dog Days of Murder, and the cover is seriously the reason I bought it, and the fact that it was 99 cents. So I'm 60% through on my Kindle, obviously, and yeah, it is so entertaining. Like, it's a mess, and you know, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm having a great time. Like, sometimes I'm just in the mood to read a book that's like not good, you know what I mean? But like, it's still good in some ways, and it is very fall like the author really is playing up the fall atmosphere in this book, which is exactly what I wanted. So you know, I'm getting what I thought I would get out of this. Anyway, I'm going to go do that, get to making some soup, right? And we're gonna carry on with our day. I'm back from the used bookstore, and I found so many great books. I am so excited. I just need to go to that bookstore more often. I just forget that it exists. I bought 6 books for me and then 1 book for Penny. So I got her Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I've always just loved this, and I don't have any Dr. Seuss books for her yet, which is just honestly a crime. So I'm gonna slowly be purchasing these. Like, maybe every time I go to that bookstore I will get her one, but it's in, I mean, completely like excellent condition. This almost honestly looks like a brand new book, which is just crazy for a children's book, because I mean, the ones that we have for Penelope so far are already like heavily used just by her alone. Let me get into what I bought for myself. I did get some cozy mysteries. Like, I think I mentioned that's kind of why I really wanted to go as well, just to get some like cheesy cozy mysteries, books that I think will work really well for fall. So these are all just cover buys. I've never heard of any of these books. They're probably not great, but they're going to be great for what I want them to be. So I have these 3 here. If you're interested in seeing a reading vlog where I just read cozy mysteries like these and then some on my Kindle, I'm sure I can find for really cheap again, let me know, because that's something I'm kind of interested in doing in the month of October, because I think these are really gonna set the like cozy spooky vibes, because they're not like so scary, but there's still like murder and mystery in them. So anyways, the first one I have is The Wolf Widow by Victoria Abbott. There's like a falling leaf tree on the cover, which is really like the reason that I bought this one. Because I felt like obviously this is going to take place in the fall, or they just chose this cover poorly. The next one is Murder by the Book. There were a few of these there. This was the first one in the series, so I got this one. But yeah, there were a couple others in this series, so if I do like this kind of style of cozy mystery, I can definitely go back and get more in the future. By Lauren Elliott. Cover is just absolutely perfect, so I don't even care. And then the final cozy mystery is The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. The cover is what did it for me, because it is very clearly a Halloween book. I mean, there's like some jack-o'-lanterns. A blurb on the cover. I need to read this to you. It's a doggone great new mystery series. And then I got 3 other books. Now, 2 of these books I've been wanting to read for like years. So they're 2 romances. My Oxford Year by Julia Whalen. This is about, I think it's like she's an American who goes to study abroad at Oxford. She connects with one of the English literature professors, and it seems like they have a romance. And then this is definitely like up there with the ones I'm most excited about. I wanted to read The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I don't even know, like, for so long. Everyone gushes about it. They say it gives them Stars Hollow vibes, and Stars Hollow and fall are synonymous to me, so I think this is going to be a really good fall read. I don't know if it probably takes place in the summer, but if it feels like Stars Hollow, it's going to give me that cozy feeling that I want from anything fall related. So very, 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 very excited about this, and it honestly looks brand new. Same with my Oxford Year, just is like slightly yellowed, like you can tell it's just older, but there's no damage to it or anything like that, so that's exciting. The final book, this was a complete cover buy. It's called The English Wife. This is so beautiful. I am obsessed with this cover, and also it's a book of the month pick, and I think like seeing that little book of the month symbol instantly drew me to it, because so far with all the book of the month selections, I've like loved all of them, and even all of their selections that I've seen in the past, I always feel like they always pick really good books, so I didn't feel the need to like look it up on Goodreads or anything. So this sounds super, super interesting, and honestly just absolutely perfect for fall. It's like a historical mystery thriller, I think is what this is classified as. This married couple who have kids, they have like an idyllic life in England, it looks like. Stuns again with this scandalous novel full of family secrets, torrid affairs, and murders. I am going to get into reading my cozy mystery currently. I do want to try to finish that here because Penny just went down for a nap, so she might be out for another hour or so, giving me a good bit of time to really get through the rest of this book. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll check in later. Okay, guys, so I am going to be ending this vlog by making some pumpkin scones, and of course I will leave the recipe link down below, but this is from Sally's Baking Addiction blog, and I just trust anything she bakes. She's an incredible baker, and her recipes always turn out perfectly. I think I've made this recipe like a few years ago. It's been a long time, but instead of doing my usual, like I set up the camera and it's just like a montage of me doing it really, really quickly, I'm gonna kind of talk through some of the techniques that I use to make scones, because I love scones, and a lot of recipes will have a lot of these techniques, but I feel like all together you can apply these techniques to any recipe. I'm gonna put my camera down and get to explaining like the most crucial steps for a good scone. So a part of having really flaky scones is having extremely cold butter. So the first thing I always do is cut my butter into cubes and put it in the freezer while I prepare the rest of the ingredients. That way it's definitely gonna be cold and it'll just make everything that much better. So I don't preheat the oven now, and I'll explain why later. So basically it's just gonna be in a bunch of different cubes. And then I'm gonna kind of like get it into a flat layer on this plate before just throwing it in the freezer. I have my large food processor out. I find this to make the best pastry. So if you have a food processor, definitely pull it out of your cupboard. For sure make scones without one. You can do scones by hand, but I just find that it makes the best texture in a scone, and it's so easy. So I'm basically gonna just put all my dry ingredients in here and pulse it to mix them a few times. Also another thing, so the recipe calls for 2 cups of all-purpose flour, but my mother-in-law actually discovered this really amazing hack using cake flour because I was out of all-purpose. So I used half all-purpose, half cake flour, and it's so good. So I'm gonna use 1 cup all-purpose and 1 cup of the cake flour. So this isn't necessary. Now this is so easy. Just a little bit of pulse. Now we're gonna grab the frozen butter from the freezer and we're gonna kind of toss it in this flour and pulse it a couple more times. Show you here. There are no really large clumps of butter. It's just kind of all ground together, and that's what we want. Just gonna whisk in the wet ingredients. I'm just gonna kind of leave it like that and clear a space on the counter where I can roll it out and kind of just knead it together a little bit better. Just gonna kind of bring it together just a couple times, but I can already tell by feeling this dough that it's a little bit wet. So we'll see how these scones actually turn out, but this is a very wet dough and it's definitely the pumpkin's fault. So keep that in mind when you're making this, because it shouldn't be sticking to the counter as much as it is right now. Let's just get it into a nice disc into 8 triangles. I'm gonna put these on a baking sheet and I'm actually gonna put them in the fridge for 15 minutes to solidify a little more, and while they're in the fridge, I'll let my oven preheat. All right, so this is what they're looking like. Don't want them to slide off, but they're going in the fridge now and you'll see them next when they are all baked. Not shown, but I did add the maple glaze to the scones once they were cooled. So these are all cooked. I'm about to try them. I wanna give a little critique of them. If you're gonna use this recipe, please listen to this part. Definitely figure out a way to blot the pumpkin better, because the taste of the scones is amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. The maple glaze on top is just out of this world, and it combines with the pumpkin-y goodness and makes it so good. But this does not feel like a scone. It definitely feels like a muffin, and it's because of all the moisture that's in it. So you really need to blot out the pumpkin. I think scooping the pumpkin onto some paper towels, letting it sit for a few minutes, and then changing out the paper towels a couple times will really help to draw out the moisture. Also, this recipe calls for an egg, which is not necessary in scones, and I would definitely omit that. I am going to wrap up this vlog. I did want to say I finished my cozy mystery and I so enjoyed it. It was so entertaining, so horrible. Like, I wish I could have just read some of the lines to you in it because it was so cringy and so bad. And the ending, like the last chapter after the mystery is solved, the whole family dynamics situation is just completely absurd and ridiculous, and because of that I really want to read the next book, and it's already basically hinting that the next book is going to take place at Christmas time, so I might wait to read it until November, December. But it was so bad but so good that I definitely want to read the series more. If you're looking for a cozy mystery, I would recommend it because of the price, for sure, the fall atmosphere, but yeah, just if you're reading it, know that it is not a good, like, well-written book necessarily. It's gonna make you cringe, but it's just highly entertaining. Excuse you, she's crawling, by the way. That's new. She really wants that toy. You wanna come get it? Good job. Say bye.